Today we're going to do a demonstration on how to calibrate the microloop pulmonary function machine. We're going to be using a 3-liter calibration syringe that's already been equilibrated to room temperature. It means leave it in the room for about 15 minutes wherever you are calibrating your pulmonary function equipment. We're going to be using the microloop pulmonary function equipment. It's actually a portable pulmonary bedside type spirometer. Here we're going to be actually hooking up or doing a forced-based dock using the USB port, which is connected to our microloop, and on the back you'll see the USB port on the back of the forced dock. We need to make sure that we have this little antenna stick on our laptop. If we do not have that in a USB port on the laptop, we will not be able to do the pulmonary functions. We need to be calibrating this flow sensor. This flow sensor is a turbine type flow sensor. The company says it never needs to be calibrated. ATS requires that you do calibrate, and I would expect you to calibrate this piece of equipment at least before you start doing your daily pulmonary function testing. When you remove or place the turbine flow sensor, you'll see that it has a notch. Line the notch up, and you'll see it slips in. You need to push it in all the way and turn it clockwise. Now it's locked in place. If it's not locked, you will get a leak and you will not be able to calibrate your equipment. Now we're going to go ahead and calibrate. The first thing you're going to do is when you're going to go to your desktop, you'll notice here I already have the desktop icon for this equipment. It's Spirometry PC software. Double click that, and it's going to open up the program that we want. And what we're doing today is we're verifying calibration. So we're going to verify calibration. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take our calibration syringe, and we're going to take our turbine flow sensor with its rubber adapter, and we're going to connect this to make a tight seal. And make that tight seal, we keep it non-moving, very stationary, and I am going to hit verify calibration now. Up here it's going to ask you to put your username in. My name's already in here. You can put your name in. The type of syringe is going to be the 3-liter, but depending on where you are and what you're using, select the appropriate. Most common is the 3-liter syringe. You'll notice up in this area, this is the microloop, MK8, USP, and device serial number. Select maneuver that we're going to perform. You can do the expiratory only, or you can do the expiratory inspiratory. We're going to do the expiratory inspiratory maneuver, and then to the far right-hand side, you will notice in this area, it says select calibration verification requirements. Are you able to see that well? Can you flip that light? So again, put your name, select the appropriate type of calibration size syringe. We're going to do both the expiratory and inspiratory maneuver, and we will do the ATS ERS criteria, which is the 3 different flow rates. If you do the simple, we're just checking volume, and this is not a volume spirometer. This is a flow spirometer that gives us a volume measurement. So we are required by ATS standards to do the flow 3 different flow ranges. Once we've done that, you will notice here it says stage. This is going to be the low flow. We're going to do 3 different flow tests at the low flow ranges. That's this pink band here. Once I hit start test, it will tell me to connect the syringe to the device with the plunger pulled completely out, which I've just pulled the plunger completely out. You heard the click, using the minimum number of adapters. So my syringe, plunger completely out, and you'll see I've used a minimum number of adapters. This is what was provided by the company that provides microloop, which is CareFusion. Once I've done that, I'm going to hit OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the syringe, the plunger in, trying to keep in between this band. If I don't, then I'm not meeting the right flow rate requirements for this portion of the test. You'll notice on this side here, the expiratory portion passed, the inspiratory portion passed. The ideal was what's perfect for the syringe is 3 liters. It actually measured 2.9 liters and 2.3 liters. And my percent error was lower than what my acceptable, it was within the range of acceptability, which is plus or minus 3%. You will do this for three times. I'm going to accept it, and you'll notice test number 2. So I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to ask me if my plunger is completely out, and it is, and I'm going to do it again. This time, for test number 2 at the low flow, both passed again. You'll notice here, it tells me I'm going to accept it, and I am going to start test 3. I do 3 different times at each flow range. So I'm going to start the test. It's going to ask me, is the plunger completely pulled out? And I'm going to say, okay. And I'm going to do it again once that start test goes away. Now I'm waiting for the machine to tell me if I passed or did not pass. You'll notice I passed. I've done it 3 times at the low flow range, and now I'm going to hit accept. You'll notice the color's now changed. I'm in the medium flow band range. See medium band? I'm going to do this 3 times also.